for the second video. In this video we're going to be making the braces that connect these two rails that we made in the last video. Before we do that, I actually want to rotate them so they're sitting on this edge here, the short edge. So you can see this is the long edge because of this angled cut here. The distance from here to here is longer than the distance from there to there because of this angled cut. So whenever I say the short edge, I'm just referring to this one here because it's shorter. All right, what I want to do is just going to double click on that piece there. And I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. So there's these arrows here, rotation arrow over there. And I'm going to rotate it just any amount I want, then type 90 and it will snap up to there like that. Come across here, do the same, double click on there, select this rotation arrow, click and hold, rotate it, select 90, snap it because I want to move it 90 degrees. Now they're kind of aligned the way I want them to fit the braces on. Now the braces that we do, there's 3 of them and they're 370 millimeters in length each. Okay, so I need to go to the sketch tool, click on rectangle, make sure it says diagonal, left click and release. All right, drag it out, type 370 for the length and return, and then 32 because they're 32 wide, return, and then click exit sketch. Then I want to come on, I want to lift it up, give it some thickness. So I bring my cursor over it, I click on it, drag the blue arrow up, left click and hold, and type 19 and return because it's 19 millimeters thick. All right. Now we've got one of them. I need 3, so I'm going to double click on it and I'm going to make 2 copies. Make sure you hit the copy button here. Left click and hold, drag it out, release. And then while it's still active, okay, it's still colored in, left click on the arrow and hold again and drag it out again. Left click and hold and drag and it makes another one. Now I've got 3. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect this bit of timber onto this here. I find it's good to try and, when you're aligning these things, to try and, doesn't matter really which one you pick, to avoid confusion, I just pick the closest one. So I go transform over here. This is the tool you need to go to initially to move a piece, to snap it into the joint there. So I go to transform, I click align, because I want to align 2 pieces of virtual timber. I need to now choose the piece of timber I want to move. I want to move this one over to here. So I'm going to select it to tell the computer that's the piece I want to move. Then I'm going to click next. Now I'm going to choose an edge that I want to align to. Right, so what I'm by mean, or I'm going to actually choose a face. I'm going to choose a face into it. I'm just going to go down. I'm going to choose this face here, the bottom face. Click on that. Then I'm going to go in here. And I want that face of that bit of timber to sit in this joint here. So I'm going to click on the bottom cavity of that joint and click it on. It's chosen that way for some reason. There's an unusual way to put it. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I can now rotate it so it sits in there neatly. So I'm going to, if yours has ended up like this, you'll need to rotate it. So with it still active, click and hold the rotation key, left click and hold, drag it across, type 90 and return. Okay. Now, there's every chance yours might have just snapped in this position anyway, in which case you didn't have to do that. All right. Now, I'm going to, that's finished. That part's done. But I need to drag it across so that this bottom edge here is flush with the edge of the joint in there. Okay. As per the plans of our project. So I'm going to click transform again because I'm going to have to move it again. Click align. Click the piece I want to move, which is this piece. Select next. Now I'm going to select not a face this time, but an actual edge. So I'm just getting an angle to get in under here. All right, I want this bottom edge here, this bottom, not the face, but the actual edge there, to be aligned with the edge, outer edge of this piece, so that they're flush together. So I'm going to duck in here, and you can just see I've highlighted that edge. It's gone dark. I click there, and it snapped to it. All right. So I've got one bit of timber where I want it. Now I need to move the other back rail so that this outer edge of this joint is flush with the edge of this. So again, I'm going to click transform, select a line. This time I want to move this piece here. Select next. I want this outer edge here, not the face, but the actual edge of the timber. So I'm only selecting the line. If you select the face by mistake, you just, by mistake, you just go up, you just hit the X tool to cancel it, and you have to go through the process of going transform a line and then going there and select the edge again. So I've selected that edge. I want that edge to snap to be flush with the bottom edge of this bit of virtual timber. So I'm going to bring that into view. Rotate it, give myself a clear view of it. Zoom in. Edge there, and it's snapped in. And now I'm done. All right. Going to run our power soon. All right. So we've got one rail in. Now I need to get the second rail in. So I'm going to actually flip it over so that the joint I'm working with is on top. Just makes it easy for me. Go across to transform again. Align. I'm going to move this next bit of timber here, so I select it. Click next. I want this edge here, bottom edge. So I'm going to select the edge. So I don't need the lines highlighted. Zoom across, and I want that to align itself with the outer edge of the joint here. Snap there. And as luck would have it, it's in the right spot. All right. And there we have those two pieces in. Now, there's actually a third piece that we need to put in. It needs to be 175 millimeters in from this short edge here, not this part down here, okay, but the short edge. 175 millimeters in from that short edge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a reference point, a little line. I'm going to show you what happens if we just, well, anyway, you need to collect a reference line, a reference point or a line. So I'm going to rotate the project. So I'm looking at, so that's the short edge there. So I'm actually looking at the short edge of the timber here. Put my cursor over and press the space bar key. Turns it into a sketch. Okay. What I want to do now is select offset edge. Make sure it's on single. Click on this line here. And don't drag it down there. You want to click these arrows and bring it in 175, and return. And then select off. And then we go exit sketch. And we've got this line here that we can line the timber with. It's the only mark we need. So what we need to do now is put this bit of timber onto here. So I'm going to transform. I'm going to go to a line. I don't know if it will actually align to that before I'll be able to select that line or not. We'll see. I don't think it's not highlighting, so I won't be able to. So I'm going to do it a different way. Choose this bit of timber. Come to the next tool. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to select this edge here to align it with this kind of top edge. Doesn't seem to be highlighting though. Done something wrong. You may not have, but I have. So I'm going to try it again. Transform, align, select this bit of timber. Next. Zoom in. Select this, go at the bottom. So flip it under. Select the edge of the timber. That's it, that's all you need. Come back. And this line here, this top one here, select it to there. And then done. Now you'll see, now yours will have either snapped so the whole bit of timber is actually over here resting on the rails, or it may be like mine that's kind of virtually floating right on the edge there. What we need to do is first I'm going to move it in 32 millimeters. To get that in. So I'm just going to click on it, double click. I'm going to move it in 32 and return. And then click off. Now I'm going to move that across so that it's flushed there. I'm going to hope it's, if I select it again, I'm going to move it over across here. Let's see, it's not quite aligned perfectly yet. Now you might be wondering why don't you just transform it again, the edge, two edges flush. It's because there's no joint cavity. So what do I mean? So why didn't, if I bring it back here, all right, why don't I just hit the transform button, align, select it, and then align that edge with this edge here. The reason for that is, despite the fact that that's sitting right on the edge there, if I do that, if I select that piece, go down here, select that lower edge to align with this edge, it will actually automatically transfer up here to the middle of the rail and snap it up here, just as a default. Okay, and obviously I don't want that. Well, I can actually do that. Actually, I'm just thinking about it. If I can actually do that. If I just hit the transform button, and this will be fine. Align. Select the piece I want to move. Next. I want to align that edge with this outer edge, and it will snap it there. I like it. That's fine. What I can now do, however, it's because I've got my mark there. That's where I know where it needs to rest. I just need to double click on it and move it down until it's sitting on that line or extremely close to it. So I need to highlight it, that's the line there. So I need to come a bit more. Alright. And to be honest, that's kind of where I want it. There we go. Alright. So now we have it in position, and that's why I had to make that reference point there earlier. Alright, so now we've got our back brace made. May need to go through the video a couple of times to understand it, and you'll certainly need to be pausing it to copy the processes. Alright, and there we have it. So the next video we'll be making the rails for the seat. Alright, thanks guys.